Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all those either assembled in London or joining from around the world to celebrate reformers and innovators pushing for systemic change in pursuit of sustainable development. It is a privilege to share this space with you. In the 4 years since its founding, Catalyst 2030 has created a movement bringing together a diverse collection of social innovators who share a common goal of tackling the world's toughest challenges. It has created a platform for collaboration, for pushing for systems change that is people-driven and locally led. So we are especially grateful that USAID's efforts to advance locally led development are being recognized here today. USAID has redoubled its commitment to shifting funding and decision-making power to the people, organizations, and institutions, indeed the social innovators, that are driving change in their own countries and communities. Last fiscal year, we channeled $1.6 billion directly through local partners. That is 10% of our funding, double the percentage of the decade prior. We know we have a long way to go, but this is the highest level and percent of funding going to local partners in at least 10 years. In order to reach our goal of channeling a quarter of funding directly through local actors by 2025, we know we have to reduce barriers to partnership and make it easier for local organizations to work with us. We also recognize that locally led development isn't just about direct funding. It's about the ability to exercise influence over how development happens for one's own organization or in one's own community. So we are placing new emphasis on working in ways that elevate local agency and decision-making in USAID programming, with local actors defining priorities, co-designing programs, leading implementation, and defining and measuring results. But let me come back to the theme of this special recognition, which is aptly about ecosystems. As one of the world's biggest funding partners, USAID is well positioned to drive progress beyond our specific programs. So we are using our convening authority, our partnerships, and our voices to encourage other funders' efforts to advance locally led development. Because there is a lot of interest in these goals and growing recognition that rethinking the current systems of funding for development requires elevating the priorities, capacities, and solutions of the people and communities affected by development assistance. So far, 18 bilateral funders and 15 philanthropic foundations have signed on to a donor statement on locally led development, committing to shift and share power, to work to channel high-quality funding as directly to local actors as possible, and to publicly advocate for locally led development. Goals like these require changes across governments, organizations, hearts, and minds. So while I am grateful for Catalyst 2030's recognition, I'm also humbled by the work ahead to ensure that we deliver on our end of the bargain to create more equitable, inclusive partnerships that will themselves produce more sustainable impact. Thank you so much.